Welcome to Ultimate Wrestling Trivia, the show, where we drop a brand new show each and every Tuesday. Go ahead and smash that like button, comment, pass it along to all your friends. We are doing it live for pro wrestling and you out there in the world. The man down there, dashing Derek. The man in the middle, the two-time Hall of Famer, Angelo Stefano. Is that Marty Jannetty going through the glass?
I'm trying what you did there.
I'm trying to recreate history here.
Okay.
I need a different pair of glasses for this to work.
Got to gimmick that up. And my name is Devon. Go ahead and follow us on all social media platforms. We are on the Instagram. We are on the Facebook. We are on X. We are on TikTok. Everywhere. Go ahead and search Ultimate Wrestling Trivia. All right, with that being said, we have a stacked show, and your personal favorite, AEW's got a pay-per-view coming up, a pay-per-view called Full Gear, which takes place at the Presidential Center in New Jersey. And we're going to go ahead and run down the card and get some predictions from you.
But before we get to that,
yes,
did you ever think that you would see the powers of pain turn on one another?
Not till now.
Well, now you have.
There you go. Shout out to the Big Rubber guys.
And you've seen it too for the first time ever. Right here.
We start off with a pre-show. This one, the Big Boom, AJ, with Big Justice taking on QT Marshall in a pre-show match. Do we have any
this is the Costco guy,
This is
right?
the Costco guy.
I feel like I've just learned about this guy, and I cannot escape him. I see him everywhere now.
Okay.
I don't know if you do the TikTok or anything like that, but
don't.
Man, I could really do without this. I mean, I get it. I get the cross-promotion stuff, and those Costco hot dogs are pretty good, but, man, not interested.
Is Stefano a fan of the Costco food at all?
I wouldn't eat Costco food. I eat healthy.
Okay.
And when this match takes place, if I was to be watching it, I would go make myself a salad. I would miss nothing interesting here at all.
All right, and we move to the next contest. MJF will be battling Adam Cole and or Roderick Strong.
Yeah, I mean, this is the gimmick where Roderick Strong and Adam Cole, the first one to win 5 matches, gets to face MJF. MJF's been trying to put a lot of obstacles in front of Adam Cole, it seems like. So eventually, I'm sure it's going to get to Adam Cole. But I'm going to think it's going to be Roderick Strong.
Do you think if Tony Khan, are they going to go back to any kind of storylines or bookings they had prior to Adam Cole getting hurt at all? Are they going to try to revisit any of that devil stuff?
I mean, I hope they just pay this one off because, this has been dragging on forever. Granted, because of Adam Cole's injuries and MJF taking some time off. But, I mean, I kind of hope they wrap this up, but I feel like they're going to drag it out a little bit more. But I'm going with MJF. He's going to win this one.
I would hope so because to steal a line from Jerry Lawler, I have socks taller than Adam Cole.
Ooh. That's messed up.
Although he does have...
No body shaming here. Come on.
Although he does have that orange spray tan thing going pretty strong for him, so at least he has that. I agree with Derek. It was hot back in the day when it started many, many moons ago, and now because of the injuries, it's just put a bow on it. Just however they end it, I would imagine MJF would come out victorious, but you never know.
They want to end it just like the Adam Cole and Britt Baker relationship.
Why? And I'm the rude one? Yeah. I'm the rude one on the panel? You don't hear me throwing that barb out there.
We go to a singles matchup at the Full Gear pay-per-view where Jay White's Switchblade takes on Hangman Adam Page.
I think this is what the kids call a banger of a match. These guys have had a long history, and they're continuing it on in AEW. Jay White, I think he's a guy that really needs to take that next step, become that main event guy that we all kind of think that he has the potential to be. Hangman's a guy that I think he can lose and still not be hurt from losing. It kind of goes with his character where he's unhinged, and so I think Hangman can take the L. I'm going to go with Jay White.
If Vince Russo was booking this, the stipulation would be personality on a pole match, and the winner would have to climb up and gain a personality. I think they both need help in that department. As much as I do like Jay White, he needs to pump up the volume sometimes once in a while. And Hangman's never done much for me. Don't care. I'll go with Jay White.
Fatal four-way match for the AEW World Tag Team Championship. As of this recording, we only have two of the teams in there. Private Party, the champions, going to face the Outrunners, which I'm a huge fan of. Truth and Turbo, they'll be facing two other opponents. Fatal four-way, we assume Private Party retains?
Probably retaining, but I mean, the Outrunners...
They're huge right now.
I know, they are. They got a lot of momentum. Their gear is selling like hotcakes. And they're super entertaining, but they're kind of like the 80s jobber, team. So fitting with that, I feel like they're going to lose. And like you said, it's too soon for Private Party to lose those tag titles. They've barely gotten established, I think. I think we're going to see maybe like Top Flight maybe get involved in the four-way. FTR is still out there too. So, Private Party is probably going to walk away and hopefully kind of build on their momentum
Do you remember from pay-per-views gone by when they had the TV Guide channel and then they used to have the screen up in the corner and you could watch the preview pay-per-views? I saw something where the Outrunners actually did that, like order on pay-per-view now. Yeah, those guys are so entertaining.
Yeah, I love their little commercials that they've been doing. So, like, very old school and throwback, but... let the people wait, have them get some momentum and get the fanfare behind them before you finally pull the trigger and have the Outrunners win.
AEW has certain things that catch on really, really quick, and then for whatever reason, they just completely go south. They should be careful with this, with the Outrunners. It's as goofy as it is, and it's not something I would normally like. I kind of do. It just tickles the funny bone, but in a good way. I can't even explain it logically to make it make sense, but you can't just throw the World Tag Team Championship on them. I think people would be like, oh, well, they're cool, but they're not that cool. And it's a good start for them, though, to get some notoriety.
Would Angelo Stefano manage the Outrunners? Would that be a working relationship? Would that be anything? Or?
Back in the day, I would have managed just about anyone except you two yahoos.
Oh, wow.
I was going to say, you got to get that spray tan going then.
Hey, come on now. I'm natural. I'm all natural.
Keeping with the Full Gear pay-per-view, as always, you could drop it in the comments. Let us know who you think's going to win, who's going to lose. Is there going to be any surprises? We would love to hear from you. And for the AEW TBS Championship, the champion, Mercedes Moné, will face Chris Statlander.
Man, I was pretty excited for Mercedes to sign with AEW, but I feel like she's lost a little bit of her star power. And they're already kind of teasing her and Camille breaking up. It's a little soon for that, I think, but I think that's ultimately where she'll drop the titles. So I'm going with Mercedes. I like the work that Statlander's been doing, but she's another one where she just turned, she was heel and now she's face, and they didn't really give much of an explanation. That's one thing that I'll knock AEW for, is you kind of have these random turns that just they just happen because the fans are behind them, which... you still gotta explain storyline wise, why is this person all of a sudden a babyface? But I'm going with Mercedes. I think it's too soon for her to lose that title. And like I said, I think the end of this road is landing with Camille.
If Mercedes knew what was good for her, she would come out and she'd say, because let's face it, her talking is not exactly a strong point. Mm-hmm. She should come out, look at the crowd with a little bit of contempt on her face and go, you know what? I don't ever need to talk to any of you people ever again. And just stand there.
Hide the weakness.
And just stand there and glare at people. And that would do her wonders. The whole turning thing, like Derek mentioned, the sign of an inexperienced booker are sudden changes for no apparent reason, and that happens more than frequently in AEW. I don't see the title going anywhere in this. I'll stick with Mercedes, and hopefully she takes my advice and doesn't talk that much anymore.
So Tony Khan can count on you for Booker of the Year vote from you.
If he fires everyone I don't like, yes.
Okay, there you go. In a singles match, Swerve Strickland, the former AEW World Champion, will face the newly acquired Hurt Syndicate member, Big Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, can we talk about the Hurt Syndicate a little bit here?
Absolutely,
I think
so fun.
Yeah, they've really been knocking it out of the park. Very rarely do you have WWE fans criticize booking from WWE, but a lot of people agree that WWE dropped the ball on the Hurt business.
I would agree with that.
Now they're arriving here in AEW as the Hurt Syndicates, looking for them to add another member. They've been on the recruiting side of things. I think, Ricochet was one. Leo Rush was a possibility. But Powerhouse Hobbs, I think, might join this group. I think eventually I could see him turning on who was he with Ricochet this past week or a couple weeks ago. But yeah, it's too soon, I think, for Lashley to lose. I mean, he's just showed up on the scene, so I would think Lashley would end up winning.
I feel like the Hurt Syndicate is almost, I don't even know if this would make sense, they're almost bigger than what they were in the WWE. Because you care more, all of a sudden you're like, yes, or do we see like Cedric Alexander pop up out of nowhere?
Maybe not Cedric. I don't know if he's got like that cachet, that star power to bring to the table. I like him, like, don't get me wrong, I think he's a good worker and everything like that, but I could see like a Powerhouse Hobbs really using like MVP's speaking ability to get him over the hump. But yeah, I think Lashley's going to win this one. So yeah.
Does this match even happen? Does Swerve join it and then they just turn on Prince Nana and beat him down? Is that a possibility? Just throwing it out there.
Possibility. Yeah, they tried to recruit Swerve, but I think you got to have a good foil, I think, in any storyline. So I think Swerve is the perfect one for that. Given like his newly acquired main event-ish status. So yeah, I'm still going with Lashley, and yeah, Swerve, I don't think he's going to join them.
If Stefano is the booker, how is he playing this one out here?
I'm making sure Bobby Lashley looks extremely strong. I'm making sure the Hurt Syndicate looks extremely strong. That doesn't mean Swerve has to look weak by any means, but you want these guys to get off to the right start in your company. It's very important that they start off looking very strong, like the major players that everyone has the perception that they are when they came in now.
The Full Gear pay-per-view continues for the AEW TNT Championship as champion Jack Perry faces Daniel Garcia.
Yeah, this is another one where Jack Perry, I think it's too soon for him to lose. I did like his little line that he threw out to Daniel Garcia, like, hey, they used to dance for me too. I think low-key this could be a good match. I'm sure Stefano will have some opinions on that, but yeah, Jack Perry's going to walk away with the TNT title, so yeah.
Don't care either way. Don't care about either of these two, although I like Daniel Garcia a little bit more than I would like Jack Perry. I'm sorry, I don't care.
I feel like there could be or should be some shenanigans because I feel like you have spent a lot of time investing in Daniel Garcia. For him just to take an L wouldn't make much sense, but at the same time, I think Jack Perry needs this title almost.
You could see some interference on this one, which I'm not a fan of at all. I like clean finishes, but you could see, the Bucks disappeared for a little bit. Maybe Okada gets involved.
If you're going to run with a heel, then you have to run with him for a while. That's the only thing I'll say.
I like it. There you go. And we finished the pay-per-view in the main event for the AEW Heavyweight Championship. The World Championship is on the line as Jon Moxley faces Mr. Orange Cassidy.
This Mox angle, I think, is the most captivating thing on pro wrestling right now, at least for me anyways.
Which we're going to talk about in just one second. So yeah.
Love the promos. I love just everything about it. It's very NWO-esque. They do maybe need to pull back on some of the beat downs and all that because it becomes a little bit redundant a little bit. But yeah, I don't see Mox losing this at all. Orange Cassidy, this is going to be a big test for him. Is he going to be able to carry a pay-per-view main event? And I think that's what this angle is all about, is elevating guys like Orange Cassidy and Daniel Garcia and Darby Allin. But yeah, Mox, I think he's going to win.
I get the feeling that I agree with Derek on this. I think this whole angle is to elevate the Orange Cassidys of AEW to bring them up to the next level. If that's the case, as much as I personally don't care for this, if that's the case, it's not the worst idea I've ever heard. Although I have no use for Orange Cassidy because of how obviously fake it is. I can't say anything Jim Cornette hasn't already said about this guy and his whole shtick, so I won't go there. Mox, I assume, is going to run with the title for quite a while before someone finally pries it away from him. I think this is going to go on for a very long time, probably too long, but I just get the feeling that this is just the start, and we might be seeing this for well over a year, possibly into 2 years almost. I could see that going a very long time.
Yeah, I definitely think Mox retains as well, and we teased it just a little while ago. The Mox angle has been very captivating for the AEW audiences. Do you guys have quick thoughts on that? Where is this going to lead? I know there was some talk or speculation that Shane McMahon might pop in here. Where is this Moxley thing going?
Like Stefano said, I think this is going to carry on for a long time. Darby Allin, I think, is kind of a guy that they're pinpointing to possibly win the title. You got Kenny Omega, who just returned. Maybe he can be one that goes up against this group. But like I said before, it's like very NWO-esque. I think they're calling it the Death Riders officially. Yep. They trademarked that name, so it's not necessarily the same as the Blackpool Combat Club. But yeah, I just love everything about the presentation. I love Mox's music that he's been using. Coming through the crowd, Marina Shafir is just such a badass and a cool addition to that group. And of course, like, you know, Claudio and Wheeler can be the pin eater, I guess. But yeah, maybe and Pac too is involved too. So yeah, I mean, just the whole group, I think, is just very, like we said, captivating and interesting. And yeah,
I definitely
awesome.
get the NWO vibes.
Yeah.
As you said, there's something similar there.
It's not the first NWO type angle.
No.
It won't be the last. This is a very popular thing to do. Oh, the invading group. Oh, whatever will we do? If it was anyone other than Orange Cassidy, I'd buy it that you could take this guy to the next level. Orange Cassidy, to me, will never be the dummy that had his hands in his pockets and made a mockery of professional wrestling. If you like him out there, you're wrong. I don't care what you think. You know,
agree to disagree.
No, not agree to disagree. They're stupid. And so is Orange Cassidy, and it should be almost anybody but him in this spot. Darby Allin would work much, much better, but they're probably getting to that farther down the line.
So that was my next question. If like you had to take Orange Cassidy out, who would you put into that spot? But
Darby works because he has that crazy, reckless, Hardy-esque risk taker to him that draws fans to him, even though he's very small. And
part of the pillars, though, they want to get those guys over.
I was just saying, even though he's very small, he's such a high risk taker that he can get away with it. It becomes a little bit more believable that he knows he has to do anything above and beyond to win a match, so he does, even at his own risk. I would buy that more than I buy Orange Cassidy, the guy that had his hands in his pockets.
There you go. Let us know what you think about the AEW pay-per-view Full Gear. Are you going to be watching it? Are you going to have a hard pass? Who do you think is going to win, lose? Let us know in the comments. With that being said, we are switching gears to the WWE ID, which I thought I saw on the internet recently that you
weren't you a part of that? Didn't you get
signed to that or
independent development deal?
No, somebody on the interwebs is having fun with my name and likeness and put my picture under a WWE ID development moniker.
The WWE ID will identify the top independent wrestling prospects with the official ID prospect destination.
Yeah, I'm definitely not one of those people. So who's ever been having fun at my expense, you should get a new hobby. I hear folding laundry is fun. So
you don't get paid for that?
I have seen no money.
Yeah, you should probably ask for a paycheck.
It's probably in the mail. You know, it's the holidays, so things are stalling a little bit. So it'll come in due time.
Okay.
Yeah, so let us know if you think that's a good idea, bad idea. Are you excited about where this could lead with the NIL deals and the WWE ID? Is this a good thing? Is it going to ruin independent wrestling, as like everyone's just going to jump right to that? Or
I think it's going to hurt AEW as far as recruiting pro wrestlers. It sounds like you can do extra work for like AEW or other companies, but WWE has the right to match any deal or sign that person. I think, what does it say about the Performance Center? I mean, if you're not able to develop people, like I understand getting work in the independent world and getting in front of crowds and traveling the world, I think is the best way to get experience in pro wrestling, and not, being in some warehouse doing arm drag, drills for hours on end.
Besides getting your matches showcased on the WWE social media sites, Mexico, Germany, Japan, there's a lot of places you can go.
Yeah, so like I said, I think, the independent scene is definitely the best way to like learn, and they do have approved schools, I guess. Seth Rollins' school, Cody Rhodes' American Nightmare Family. I think Booker T's school
Reality
is one
Wrestling.
of the Reality of Wrestling is one of the approved schools. So yeah, this is a good pipeline, I think, for WWE. It's a good thing. Like I said, I don't know if it bodes well for the Performance Center, but I'm sure they'll use all these avenues to, cut AEW underneath their legs as far as recruiting wrestlers.
To me, it's the WWE casting a wide net out to cover more bases than the AEWs of the world can possibly cover. And is it a bad idea? No, not at all. To me, I always tend to think outside the box. And what'll be interesting to me is how many low-level, small-time, independent promotions are going to claim that they are under the umbrella,
right,
to try to boost their shows and their attendance. It's going to happen. Anyone that's ever worked anywhere in the indies knows this is going to happen. They're going to be like, we're already in negotiations, we're already in talks, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot.
Just to get butts in the seats.
For as many legitimate and very great independent organizations all across the country that there's 100 shady ones, and they're all going to try this. So if you are a young, up-and-coming worker, kind of just be aware. There's a lot of shadiness in promotions that they'll claim this and try to use it to their advantage. So just keep an eye out, guys and girls.
Recently, we got the chance to take the couch game on the road, and we played a little musical chairs in the ring, the couch game. Check it out right now.
Mike Mert here with Ultimate Wrestling Trivia. We got ourselves another version of the How Many Can You Name game. You saw them last week on the show. Our boy Eric was victorious. He defeated the Fantastic Five. Josh, Travis, Bill, and Gabby all played along. We had recently played How Many Can You Name former Intercontinental Champions in WWE. Go back, watch last week's episode if you want to see that game. Well, this week we have the same game, different contest. We are going to play How Many Can You Name WWE or WWF Women's Champions. So, just to clarify, this does not include the Divas title. Therefore, we're going to give you a clue. This is essentially the WWE Women's Championship from 1966 all the way to 2010, and from 2016 to present to the title currently defended on SmackDown. So, we have a list. We have over 58 names to choose from. And last week's champion, Eric, you are going to go first. Kick us off.
I'm going to go with Stephanie McMahon.
Oh, Stephanie McMahon is a former women's champion. Very good. Now, if you get one wrong, you are eliminated. You will go poof. If you repeat an answer, you will disappear or go poof. If you have a question, ask your question, or it could get you tripped up, as we saw in last week's episode. So, Stephanie McMahon's been named. That's one down. We've got 57 left. Josh.
Trish Stratus.
Give us another one. Very good. Trish Stratus. Possibly the GOAT.
The fabulous Moolah.
She is number one, yes. Multiple time champion as well.
Wendy Richter.
Wendy Richter, yes. You could see her at Blizzard Brawl this upcoming December in Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Charlotte Flair.
Charlotte Flair, woo, multi-time champion, 6 times to be exact. Good job.
Jacqueline.
Yes, Jacqueline, Miss Jackie. We would accept either or. She's held the title.
Becky Lynch.
The man, Becky Lynch, 2-time champion, held it for 559 days so far. Travis. China. Yes, China is a former women's champion. Yes, she did. Very good job.
Naomi.
Naomi. Very good.
My girl, Rhea Ripley.
Yes, little mommy. Yes.
Queen of Extreme. Lita.
Yes.
Liv Morgan.
Liv Morgan is on Raw, and that is the undisputed women's title, not part of the WWE women's title lineage. Therefore, Liv Morgan is incorrect. We started at 5. We're down to 4 competitors, that is. We are trying to name WWE women's champions. We've got a lot left. Who do we got, Travis?
Let's go with. I'm drawing a blank.
All right, time's up. Do you have a name? Oh, and Travis has poofed. From 5 to 4 to 3, Bill is on deck. We are naming former WWE Women's Champions or WWF Women's Champions. Bill, go ahead.
Nia Jax.
Nia Jax is a 2-time Women's Champion. Very good.
Asuka.
Asuka is a former Women's Champion, 3 times to be exact.
Keep that out of the trash. Medusa.
Yes, very good.
Bailey.
Bailey is a former Women's Champion. The timer has started. No pressure. Oh! So we are down to the final 2. Eric, who won last week's Intercontinental Championship name game, and Bill, our final 2. Eric, get us started.
The Cat.
Stacy Carter, the Cat. Very good.
Io Sky.
Very good.
Candice Michelle.
Candice Michelle, Milwaukee native, is a former women's champion.
Michelle McCool.
Michelle McCool is a former women's champion.
Natalia.
Natalia is not a former women's champion, but Bill, we got to end on a make.
Oh, I think I gotta go old school. I'm gonna Leilani Kai.
Leilani Kai is a former women's champion. She sandwiched some Wendy Richter title reigns, and Bill goes old school to get us the win. Congratulations, Bill. We'll get you some UWT swag.
All right. Thanks.
Good job.
That was our couch game. Shout out to our friend Bill for scoring the big W, the win. Did you ever win musical chairs as a child?
Wait. First, Bill's not my friend, so don't lump me in.
Oh.
I don't know Bill, but I'll tell Bill this: if I would have been involved in that game, you wouldn't have won. You wouldn't have had your little 2 minutes of fame here on my show. I'm sorry, our show.
Our show,
All
yes.
right. But I mean, let's face
Hey,
it.
Bill's good people, okay?
I am the star, so it's more like my show.
Yeah, there you go. Before we wrap it up, make sure you check out our pro wrestling tee stores. Check out Ultimate Wrestling Trivia all over the social media as well. We drop brand new shows each and every Tuesday. Go ahead and comment. It goes a long way. You can share with all your friends. Hit that notification bell, and Marty Jannetty will show up just like that.